Shadow Quest, The Ship of Fools, Episode 101, Moonopoly Timeshares. The resort moon of Lunalux shimmered like a polished pearl suspended in the velvet dark. Its surface glowed with soft lavender light, the result of bioluminescent sands that stretched for miles in every direction. From orbit, the moon looked like a dream sculpted by a poet. Up close, it was a tourist trap engineered by a marketing department with no moral compass. The Shadow Quest descended through the moon's thin atmosphere, its hull reflecting the neon glow of floating advertisements that drifted lazily across the sky. Holographic dolphins leapt through rings of light. A smiling alien couple waved from the balcony of a crystalline villa, a banner unfurled across the horizon. "Welcome to Lunalux, where time is your playground." Snipes pressed his face to the viewport like a child at a candy store. "Commander, look at that! They have floating hot tubs! Floating! Why don't we have floating hot tubs?" Moxie crossed her arms. "Because you'd drown." Aurora flickered into existence beside them, her hologram tinted by the lavender glow. "Lunalux is known for its aggressive marketing strategies. Please exercise extreme caution." Snipes waved her off. "Aurora, it's a vacation moon. What's the worst that could happen?" Banning didn't answer. He simply exhaled slowly, the way a man does when he knows the universe is about to test him again. The docking bay was a cathedral of glass and chrome. Palm trees swayed in artificial breezes. A fountain shaped like a spiraling galaxy sprayed shimmering droplets that hovered in midair before drifting downward like falling stars. Snipes stepped off the ramp and inhaled deeply. "Smell that? That's the scent of opportunity." Moxie sniffed. "Smells like overpriced cocktails and empty wallets." Aurora scanned the environment. The resort's economic model relies heavily on impulse purchases. Snipes grinned. "Impulse is my middle name." Banning muttered, "That explains a lot." They had barely taken 10 steps before a sales representative materialized in front of them. He was tall, impossibly tan, and wore a suit that shimmered like liquid gold. His smile was so wide it looked painful. "Greetings, travelers! Welcome to Lunalux, the jewel of the galaxy. May I interest you in a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity?" Snipes perked up. "Investment?" Moxie groaned. "No." Aurora dimmed. "Absolutely not." Banning kept walking. "We're not interested." But Snipes was already drifting toward the salesman like a moth to a neon flame. The salesman extended a glowing brochure. "Introducing Moonopoly Timeshares. Luxury villas, temporal estates, and chrono condos available for immediate purchase. Earn passive income by subletting to tourists across the timeline." Snipes blinked. "Across the timeline?" "Indeed," the salesman said. "Our properties are accessible in multiple eras. Rent your villa to a family from the year 9000. Lease your beach house to a caveman. The possibilities are endless." Snipes' eyes sparkled. "Commander, this is it. My big break. My retirement plan. My legacy." Moxie grabbed his arm. "Snipes, no." But Snipes was already signing. The contract was a shimmering scroll of symbols that twisted and rearranged themselves like living ink. Snipes squinted at it, trying to make sense of the swirling glyphs. What language is this?" he asked, pointing to the finest of fine print. The salesman beamed. "Oh, nothing to worry about. It's written in Proto-Hypergalactic. You won't learn it for another 5,000 years. Snipes nodded. "Cool, cool. Totally fine." Aurora flickered. "Snipes, do not sign that." Snipes signed it. The scroll glowed, wrapped itself around his wrist like a bracelet, and vanished. The salesman clapped his hands. "Congratulations. You now own 12 luxury timeshares across the past and future." Snipes puffed out his chest. "I'm a real estate mogul." Banning rubbed his temples. "How much did you spend?" Snipes hesitated. Uh, all of it? Moxie's jaw dropped. All of what? Snipes whispered, my savings, my emergency fund, my plasma coil repair budget, my snack money. Aurora dimmed to a deep, disappointed blue. Snipes. The salesman bowed. Enjoy your investment, and remember, time is money. He vanished in a burst of glitter. Snipes turned to the crew. Guys, I think I made a mistake. The Moonopoly Timeshare main office was a towering spire of glass shaped like an hourglass. Inside, the lobby was filled with holographic clocks, each ticking at a different speed. Some ran backward, some ran sideways. One melted into a puddle every 30 seconds before reforming. A receptionist with 4 arms and a permanent smile greeted them. Welcome to Moonopoly. How may I assist you? Banning stepped forward. We're here to reverse a purchase. The receptionist's smile widened. Oh, I'm afraid that's impossible. Moxie cracked her knuckles. Try again. The receptionist didn't blink. All sales are final, especially temporal ones. Aurora projected the contract. This document is written in a language that does not yet exist. That is fraudulent. Oh no, the receptionist said sweetly. It's simply forward compatible. Snipes whimpered. I'm ruined. Banning leaned in. Listen carefully. You're going to refund his money. The receptionist tapped her console. I would love to help, but the system won't allow refunds unless the timeshares are deemed strategically undervalued. Moxie smirked. Then we make them overvalued. Aurora brightened. Commander, I have an idea. The plan was simple. Lie. But lie in a way so grand, so cosmic, so absurdly believable that the timeshare company couldn't risk missing out. Aurora projected a hologram of a star map. We will convince them that time travel is about to become mainstream. Snipes blinked. It's not? Not even remotely, Aurora said. Moxie grinned. But they don't know that. Banning nodded. We sell them the future. The receptionist blinked as the crew returned to her desk for the second time in an hour. Her smile flickered, the way a hologram does when it's dangerously close to overheating. You're back again? Banning nodded with the calm certainty of a man about to weaponize capitalism. We no longer want a refund. Snipes gasped. We don't? Moxie elbowed him. Play along before you buy a railroad. Aurora stepped forward, projecting the fabricated time travel boom data in shimmering arcs of light. We want to buy every available timeshare you have. The receptionist froze. Every available? Banning nodded. All of them. Houses, hotels, chrono cottages, temporal villas. If it has a roof and a monthly maintenance fee, we want it. Snipes added, especially the hotels. I hear if you own 4 houses on a property, you can upgrade to a hotel and charge triple rent. Moxie muttered, Snipes, stop helping. Aurora expanded the hologram, now showing a projected galactic tourism explosion. The charts rose so steeply they nearly pierced the ceiling. The receptionist's eyes widened. You want to invest? Immediately, Banning said, before the boom hits. The manager, Flemington Flam, materialized, drawn by the scent of profit like a shark detecting blood in the water. You wish to purchase all remaining units? He asked, voice trembling. Yes, Banning said. Every last one. Flemington Flam tapped his console. A holographic board appeared, a grid of glowing squares representing properties across time. Some squares were labeled Past Beachfront, Future Industrial Zone, Jurassic Park Adjacent, and the Dark Ages but with a view. Snipes pointed. Ooh, can I buy the one next to the volcano? It says it's a hot property. Moxie groaned. That's a pun. It's literally lava. Flemington Flam cleared his throat. I regret to inform you, there are no remaining units. Snipes blinked. None? None, Flam repeated. All houses and hotels have been purchased. Time is a finite resource. Aurora tilted her head. Then we will simply keep the 12 units Snipes purchased. Flemington Flam's crystalline skin flickered with panic. No, no, that will not do. He leaned forward, voice trembling with greed. I will buy them from you. Snipes gasped. You will? For triple the price. Aurora shook her head. Not enough. 5 times. Moxie crossed her arms. Try again. Flemington Flam's eyes spun faster, grains of temporal sand swirling in frantic spirals. 10 times, Banning nodded. We accept. Snipes nearly fainted. I'm rich. I'm finally rich. I can buy a star yacht. I can buy a moon. I can buy... Banning held up a hand. No, he said. You can't. Snipes froze. I can't? Banning tapped the console, redirecting the funds. You get your money back, the remainder goes into the community chest. Snipes blinked. The what? Aurora projected a glowing vault labeled Community Chest, Restitution Fund. For every family this company has cheated, Banning said. Every traveler who signed a contract they couldn't read. Every tourist who lost their savings to a scam. Moxie added, every poor sap who bought a hotel timeshare on a property no one lands on. Snipes deflated. So I'm not a real estate mogul. Aurora placed a holographic hand on his shoulder. You are many things, Snipes. A real estate mogul should not be one of them. Flemington Flam overheard them and sputtered. You're giving the money away? Banning nodded. It's called ethics. You should try it sometime. The receptionist whispered, Sir, if the community chest becomes public knowledge, we could face consequences. Aurora brightened. Oh, it will become public knowledge. Moxie smirked. We're dropping it on every channel from here to the Andromeda Gate. Flemington Flam's crystalline skin dimmed. You've ruined us. No, Banning said. You ruined yourselves. He turned toward the exit. Come on, crew, we're done here. As they walked out, Snipes looked back at the towering hourglass building. So, no houses, no hotels, no rent, no passive income. Moxie patted his shoulder. Snipes, you'd have spent all your profits on repairs after your volcano property exploded. Aurora added, and your Jurassic timeshare would have been eaten. Snipes sighed. By dinosaurs? No, Aurora said. By the maintenance fees. Banning stepped onto the ramp of the Shadow Quest. Let's go before they try to sell us a chance card. Snipes perked up. What's a chance card? Moxie answered. A trap. Aurora added, statistically, a bad one. The Shadow Quest lifted off, leaving Lunalux behind. A glowing moon of broken promises, melting clocks, and executives scrambling to prepare for a time travel boom that would never come. Snipes watched the moon shrink in the viewport. I guess I'm not a real estate tycoon. Banning shook his head. No, Snipes. He paused. But you did help fund the largest restitution program in Moonopoly history. Snipes blinked. I did? Aurora nodded. You helped many people. Moxie added, and prevented yourself from owning a hotel in the Dark Ages. Snipes smiled. Okay, that's pretty good. The Shadow Quest jumped to warp, streaking into the stars, and somewhere behind them, a Moonopoly executive stared at a holographic board full of worthless properties and whispered, I should never have let them pass go. End of episode 101. The missions of the Shadow Quest, the Ship of Fools, will continue.